Hi, I just wanted to do a little presentation on liver health. So when people first get diagnosed with an autoimmune or disease or a hormone imbalance, it's really, really hard for them to understand what's actually going on in their body. Now, an endocrinologist or your GP is probably not going to tell you what's actually going on. It'll be all about the thyroid or all about the hormone imbalance. But what it's really about is our liver. And I'm going to try and explain it in really simple, basic terms, if I can, without using too many words and making it really difficult to understand. So basically, the liver is our cleansing organ of our body. It gets rid of the toxicity in our body. So what we breathe in, what we put on our skin, what we touch, what we eat, all passes through the liver. And over time, it obviously finds it really, really hard to process the many, many things in our environment. So some of the things in our environment that cause the toxicity to our liver is cleaning products, anything in the home that is synthetic, not plant-based. Our air is quite toxic with pollution, jet fuel that falls down from the air. The ocean can have lots of toxicity in it. All the beauty products we put in our body, perfume, we spray it right here on our thyroid. All these things, makeup, hairspray, shampoo, conditioner, soaps, lots of things have toxicity, and our body has to try and process that every single day. So we also put medications in our body, bacteria, viruses, they all congest in the liver. Now, a lot of people now talk about the gut, and that's great. We do need good gut health, but liver first. What goes into our body goes into our liver, and it detoxes that so it doesn't go into our gut. So if we've got something a little bit poisonous, a little bit toxicity, the liver holds onto it so it doesn't end up in our gut. So really what they should be saying is heal the liver, the gut will follow. You still need to work on the gut. Don't get me wrong, but the liver is something we should really, really concentrate on first. So the liver detoxes our hormones as well. So this is why if our liver is congested and it's got too much to do, it heats up and it stops working properly. And the hormones that are in our body that we're trying to get rid of constantly, they recycle into our body. Hence the weight gain around the stomach, the hips, all those sorts of things. So we're not detoxing the hormones properly. This is how we get a hormone imbalance. So usually we have too much estrogen because estrogen is flushed out by progesterone. So if you've got too much estrogen and not enough progesterone to flush it out of our body from the liver, then it builds up. So this is what causes a lot of issues in our body. So if you've got a thyroid issue, because thyroid produces hormone, or the liver produces the hormones, detoxes the hormones for the thyroid. Sorry, I'm trying to explain it. You've got all these hormones going around, and if you have a thyroid issue, you generally have a hormone imbalance. You probably have too much estrogen going through your body as well, because your T3, your T4 has to be converted and detox and all those sorts of things. So liver health is extremely important. Everything that goes into our body goes into the liver, and then the blood that goes through our liver comes up to our heart. So when the blood's passing through the liver, it's collecting a lot of these toxins, so it can come out of the liver like sludge and go to the heart. So this is why we get heart palpitations, high blood pressure, low heart rate, high heart rate. The heart's working so hard to pump this thick blood with little oxygen in it. There's not as much oxygen as there should be in the blood from the liver. So this is why cleansing the liver very gently is really, really important. Cleansing the liver doesn't mean flushing the liver out, because if we flush the liver too harshly, then it releases a lot of the toxins into our bloodstream. It can make us really sick, and it actually is really not good for the liver. So what we need to do is gently remove a lot of these things, and we can do that by changing our diet and drinking different things. Juice cleansers, I do not agree with whatsoever, because you need food and they are a hard flush. Anything that says, boom, flush your liver out, please stay away from it. You can use things like on an empty stomach in the morning, it's great to have lemon water, celery juice, cucumber water, any sort of juice if you want in the morning on an empty stomach, because it will help get rid of a lot of the bacteria and a lot of the stuff that stays in our digestive system. We have like little pockets in our digestive system, so we want to clear those out. So flushing that, like helping push those through in the morning is a really, really good thing. Removing foods like gluten, eggs, dairy, soy and pork all help the liver get rid of toxins. They help, it feeds pathogens. Those foods feed pathogens in the liver and create more and more trouble for the liver. So if we remove those foods, we can actually help support the liver in really gentle ways. Also meat, not everybody agrees, like their bodies don't always agree with meat. So if you reduce your meat or get rid of it for a little while, I got rid of my meat for a little while and then slowly put some back in, but not heavy. I didn't put heavy meats back in. It just didn't make me feel good. So I probably eat meat twice a week now. I prefer vegetables anyway. But fruits, adding fruits into your diet, fruit is amazing because they have so many nutrients. They are very cleansing and detoxing. They support the liver. They support the gut balance. All this stuff that the sugar in fruit is not good for you is absolutely rubbish because it helps. You need the sugar in fruit for energy and for cleansing and all those sorts of things. So fruit is great. I would rather you eat fruit than have crackers or meat or cheese or anything like that. Fruit is so good on so many levels. There's so many different healing benefits to every single piece of fruit. You've got vitamins, minerals, all those sorts of things. They also have stuff on, like, they're called elevated biotics on the outside of the fruit. Herbs are the same. Herbs are really, really good for you. They're antibacterial, antiviral. So they help get rid of all those things that we talked about in the liver. But fruit is really important, especially if you're really unwell and you're really low on energy. Eating a little bit of fruit doesn't have to be a whole piece. You can cut an apple in half, have a half in the morning, a half later. Just snacking on little bits of fruit every couple of hours will really replenish your sugar low that you might be having, blood sugar low, and really bring that back up and give you a little bit more energy. So raw vegetables are great as well, particularly like leafy greens. They have a lot of nutrients in them that help cleanse the liver and get rid of heavy metals. Really good foods to get rid of heavy metals is coriander, parsley, the green leafy vegetables, Atlantic dulse and kelp are really good as well. So heavy metals also stay in the liver. You can inherit those from generations through down the line through your DNA. So you can be born with heavy metals. So little babies that have eczema or skin conditions, children with any sort of concentration issues, emotional issues can have a lot of toxic heavy metals inherited from their parents through their DNA. So adding these things to your diet can be so amazing to help cleanse the liver gently. All other raw vegetables are great. Cooked vegetables are good, but we need to have a balance of cooked and raw vegetables. What else can we talk about liver health? So this is what's going to not be spoken about when you go to an endocrinologist. Maybe if you went to a functional medicine doctor, a holistic GP, or someone who specializes in women's hormones and health, you will hear this stuff. But I was told by my doctor, because I was like, oh, surely I could do something like food-wise. He never explained to me what was going on. It was all about the thyroid. Let's medicate and just concentrate on the thyroid. The thyroid is a byproduct of the liver that's not functioning properly. So when I was told there was no diet I could do, no foods I needed to remove, there was no evidence to suggest that any of these things work. Oils are another thing, as in food oils, you need to really think about considering when you put them in your body. So any sort of Oils like vegetable oil, canola oil, very, very bad for the thyroid and for the endocrine system and the liver. The best oils you can put into your body are things like extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, but not too much. You don't want to saturate the liver. None of this taking a spoonful of coconut oil and eating it for the good of your gut. It is too much for the liver because it fills the fat cells up. We have fat cells in our liver. So when I talked about before a heated liver thing, you know, your liver's working so hard, it heats up. You get a hot liver. So hence why you might get an elevated temperature or heart palpitations and things like that. To cool the liver down, straight cucumber juice is amazing. Peppermint essential oil just on your body to help cool yourself down. But cucumber juice, I love green apple, cucumber and ginger. They are great to cleanse the liver. Fresh turmeric is really good. Fresh ginger, like I said, great to remove that bacteria and things like that in the liver. The reason turmeric works for pain and inflammation is because we eat inflammatory foods, and turmeric helps get rid of all the crap in our liver, really, and boosts the it lessens the inflammation in our body. So there's some little tips on how the liver works. I have had people tell me I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm talking about the liver, but everybody that I know that deals with the liver, that concentrates on the liver in their healing, has so much more success than just shoving pills down their throat, synthetic medications for their thyroid. We don't need to actually concentrate on the thyroid if we just concentrate on gently looking after our liver, removing toxins from our environment. I make all my perfumes are made with essential oils. It's just a roller with an essential oil. I make my own cleaning products, vinegar, essential oils, stuff like that. I have filtered water. Water is highly toxic that comes out of the tap. It's got heavy metal, it's got chlorine, not good for the endocrine system. So giving our body the best chance to remove these toxins, because if you're going to do a detox or a cleanse that I see, 3-day detox, 9-day cleanse for your thyroid, that's not, it's going to do it too harshly. If you're not going to remove toxins in your environment and you're only going to do a cleanse by removing food, you're not really doing it properly. You actually have to remove toxic products as well if you're going to do a cleanse. You need to think about the broad spectrum of what you're putting into your body. So removing toxins, so you don't have to do it overnight either. When your deodorant runs out, get a natural deodorant. Make your own deodorant. It's so, so simple. Naomi'sHomeHealth.com has all these recipes that you can make your own stuff. When you run out of your makeup, get yourself a non-toxic makeup. I use Adorn. It's the best that I found. I've used different brands. Adorn is the best. I love it. It's great coverage, stays on, and it's non-toxic, vegan. It doesn't, they don't use a lot of packaging, stuff like that. So really consider what you're putting on your body, what you're inhaling. Inhaling is really important. People tell me all the time, oh, but I love my perfume. I just spray it on my clothes. It doesn't go on my skin. Smelling it is toxic as well. Get rid of it. It's not important. It's only perfume. We don't need to have it in our life. What do you value most, your perfume or your health? So those are some tips on the liver and how you can support it, how it actually works. If you have any questions, please post them in the thyroid group. Feel free to message me. I answer everybody's messages when they message me. So I hope I've answered some of the questions that you might have.